Tonight on ASCA Hot Seat, we sit down with Season 3 Cup Champion Logan as he talks about the importance of staying power at a race team and why Uprise has stayed so competitive for so long.
Really just the trust between us two. I mean, Chris trusts me to take his race cars and put them in victory lane.
Later on, I join Treo and Citri as we make some early predictions about Darlington and what viewers should expect in the regular season finale of both divisions. I'm going to put a ballsy prediction out there. Alright, I'm going to put this has no statistical value, no statistical anything. I just
You're going to throw out Aiden.
No, I would never do that. Why would you ever say that about me, you awful human being? But first, let's go over some news stories over the last week. Northern Thunder Motorsports has made a lot of changes this week after Michigan releasing both Casual and Jubilee Janitor from their teams. Janitor has found a new ride rather quickly at Music City Racing in D2, suggesting that this was something Janitor had planned for a while. This comes after his incident at Michigan, where after blowing a tire, he attempted to stop at the start-finish line so he can get the free pass, which was caught by the officials and was led to him being penalized. Casual, on the other hand, has been inactive for the majority of the season, and the space was given to give an opportunity to someone else. My Draft has returned to Northern Thunder Motorsports after being released from the team before the start of this season to replace Janitor. Also, Season 6 registration for both drivers and teams are now open, and will be open till tryouts, which will be starting next year. And now, I'm going to be going ahead and giving you guys all the information currently available about registration and tryouts. Alright everybody, we're going to be going over some quick stuff that you should probably know about when it comes to registration. When it comes to this kind of stuff, there's always a lot of information that we give out. It's usually a very long process, and we usually have a lot of questions over the time, so I want to go ahead and take this opportunity to go ahead and get some stuff out of the way, get some questions that you may have out of the way. And also, if you just have some questions about stuff and you want to ask me, either DM me on Discord or just ask in the comments, and I'll be sure to go ahead and give you guys some answers. Just to get my credentials out of the way. I have been managing tryouts for about a year now, so I probably know what I'm talking about, right? Like, I think that the stuff I'm going to tell you right now is correct. And if it's not correct, Chris will make sure to let me know. So, first off, if you want to access the document, you have to go to our Discord. You have to be in the Discord to be able to participate in tryouts. If you're not in the Discord when we are doing tryouts, then we just won't allow you to try out. So, just going off what Chris posted right here, you are required to fill out the form. We did have people last season not fill out the form. You have to do that. And there is no time limit. There is no due date for this. You can actually fill this out the day of tryouts. I think we may lock it when tryouts begin. So frankly, you can waste as much time as you want before you actually go ahead and register this form. As Chris says right here, I'll go back into this here in a minute. Just because you sign up as a team owner, you are not guaranteed, and I'll be going over this in full detail and how we decided here in a little bit. You have to join the ASCA Roblox group. You do not have access to any of the games, including tryout games, if you're not part of the group. Alright, so we are now here on the driver registration page. Now, there is a few things I want to go ahead and bring up right now off the bat. So the first thing you're going to be putting in is your username. Do not put in your nickname. I know that's a thing now that we have to deal with. Preferably go ahead and put in the username you use to log into your Roblox account. There is also another thing. Now, this is not a thing that really happens anymore, because nicknames now exist, and nicknames is what people see in chat. But I do understand that some people still do it. If you change your username, if you pay the 1,000 Robux fee to change your Roblox username, you need to re-register. We had multiple incidents last season where people were attempting to try out, but they had changed their username from the username they used to register, and we could not let them in because we could not verify their information. So at any point that you go ahead and change your username and you plan on doing tryouts for ASCA, you need to put in that new username. When it comes to nicknames, that's perfectly fine. We do not care about nicknames. The only thing we care about is usernames. So just putting it off the bat, go ahead and put in Dork HQ. Discord username, same thing goes for this. I believe Same thing goes for this. If you do change your username on Discord, this one's a little bit less important. The only reason is that we only use this information to verify your Discord information if we need to. We don't usually verify it that often. We usually only do it to make sure that people are actually in call. So, but I do recommend, if you do plan on putting in your registration here, try to keep the username that you have on your Discord account for when tryouts come up. Because if it's not the same and we ask for that information for any reason at all, then there might be a problem. For whatever, I'm just going to go ahead. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So, age. Now, thing about Discord is you have to be over 13. If you are not over 13, a few things. One, you cannot try out, and also you are not supposed to be in the ASCA Discord. So, like, I'm just saying, if you are under 13, be honest with us and don't try out. Or lie about your age and wait for us to find out. Because, look, I'm just saying, we can tell when a 12-year-old is talking in the VC, okay? We can tell. So, we've had multiple kids this year trying to lie about their age, and we caught them pretty easily just by listening to their voice. So, again, please. But this one doesn't really matter. This is just to verify information. So, you know, for example, I'm 19, so there we go. Time zone is a little bit important because we are all in America. Mostly everyone here is in America. I know DJ lives in America. I think LX is the one that doesn't. I'm fucking stupid. I don't know where they live. I'm so sorry. But anyway, when it comes to time zones, all of our times are based on Eastern Standard Time. So, just so everyone's clear, Pacific would be 3 hours behind. So our races usually take place at, I believe, either 7 o'clock EST or 8 o'clock EST. So if it's 7 o'clock EST for Eastern Standard Time, that would be 4 o'clock PST. So for people that are still in school, you might have a bit of trouble making these races. When it comes to other time zones, we've had people from Britain race in ASCA before. It's been possible. The only problem is you're gonna have to like be up at like fucking 3 in the morning and shit. So all I'm saying is that if you do not want, if you're on the other side of the globe, maybe this stuff is not for you. All right. If you want to try it, if you want to try staying up to like 3 or 4 in the morning for ASCA, good on you. That's amazing. I love that. Love the commitment. But just letting you know. When it comes to past racing experiences, I don't think there's ever been a point where we've ever actually cared about this. It's more of just trying to get an idea of who you are. If anything, this information is mostly used for when team owners come up to us and ask about you as a driver and what kind of experience you have. And that goes for whether they want to sign you or not. So I do recommend putting information here about all the racing you've done in row racing, but this does not have anything to do with tryouts at all. Just letting you know. And finally, when it comes to this is a bit of an important thing. We do not have mobile drivers. We do not approve of people racing on phones. We've had a few instances in the past where people have tried sneaking in on their phone, and it was pretty easy to tell because the lag that you experience when you race on a phone compared to a computer in ASCA is pretty apparent, and it will become very apparent when you drive. So if your main source of racing on Roblox is on a mobile device, don't try it. All right, we will not allow it. Now, when it comes to Mac and Chromebook, all these are viable options. I know Nikki uses a Mac or a Chromebook. I forgot which one. I think it's a Mac. So we do allow Mac and Chromebook. Obviously, these two have a little bit less performance. So just keep that in mind when you want to do this stuff. When it comes to Xbox, I don't think we approve of Xbox players. If that is wrong, and the only reason why I'm uncertain is because I don't think we've had one in quite some time. I will go ahead and put a pinned comment down below that will verify that. But I am pretty confident that we do not allow Xbox players either, just because it's just so different from what everyone else does on a computer that we just don't want to risk it. So with that all being said, there is that submission. Just go ahead and put in submit, and then it will be all good to go. All right, we are now here on the team owner form. So you do have to go ahead and fill out the season sign-up form that we just looked over if you want to be a team owner. You do not have to be a driver owner. That is not a requirement. I am not a driver. I am simply a team owner. It's just to have all the information about everybody, including team owners, because that information is not, set to set here on this form. So this is explicitly if you want to be a team owner, and I'm going to make something clear right now to everybody, because this has been a thing every season, and unless things change this season, under very rare circumstances, if you do not have any prior ASCA experience, this is the first time that you are doing ASCA, I would not get yourself confident that you'll get a team owner role. Only because we take priority to people that have been in ASCA and have any kind of previous ASCA experience. I think genuinely, there's been one time that we allowed someone without any ASCA experience do a team owner role, and that was George the Dev back in Season 2. But even then, George the Dev was a dev. He was part of our development team at the time, so he kind of had a pass on there. But if you are new and this is the first time you're doing ASCA, I would say it's probably 99% chance you are not getting a team. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that out there for everyone right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing, just username, same thing as before. Team name, when it comes to team names, Chris is the one that will go ahead and approve of it. When it comes to team names, we did have instances in the past where people were trying to make a funny name and shit, and we just said, well, they're not going to be taking this seriously. Let's just not let them have it. So if you want to be a team owner and you don't want to fuck around, then please put in a username that is not trying to be some kind of joke. Please. Because we can decide to just not approve you because of the name, or Chris will just come up to you if he wants you to be a team owner, but he wants you to change the name. Just please cooperate and have some kind of not stupid name. That'd be really appreciative. When it comes to why to be a team owner, this actually is a pretty important role. We usually do have a pretty hard time coming towards the final few team owners, and usually this reasoning will usually help us decide which ones should be team owners, which ones should not. So just keeping that in mind. And also, now that I remember it, I do want to, I think this is common knowledge by most team owners right now, but if you are a team owner this season and you want to return, you want to bring back your team next season, most of the time, you will be allowed to do so. There have only been a couple times where the re-registration process for a team has been not approved. Usually you will have priority over everyone else because you've already shown that you are a competent team owner and have a competent team. And we like to keep consistency here at ASCA. We don't like to switch all team owners all around all season long. We want to have a set core of teams like Uprise, like Beardle, like Starlight, like Northern Thunder. They've all been here for a while. Two Pen as well. They've all been here for a while now. ASCA as well. We like to keep teams that come from the beginning. We like to keep teams as long as possible, as long as the team owner is committed to keeping that team afloat. So just keep that in mind when it comes to this stuff. If you do want to re-register your team for team owners right now, then you will probably, unless your team was very incompetent, really bad, we'll probably let you back in. So, same thing as this one. Why should you be a team owner? Same thing as this one. Past team owning experience. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't particularly remember this being... It's the same thing as past racing experience. It's more of it's something that we look at if we need to. It's not something that we're going to judge you on or anything. So just keep that in mind. So here it's the big one. This is a big one right here. Why do you want your team size to be? The number that you choose is not final. I will go ahead and give an example right now. My team, Beard Oil Motorsport, since I joined back in Season 2, was always a 4-car team. And when I signed this registration up last season for this season, I chose 4 cars. However, we had a bit of a situation where we had to try to fit room. What will sometimes happen is we usually have a max car count. Now, it does fluctuate a little bit depending on how many teams we have and how many we want in D1. I do believe this season we have 36, I think. I might be wrong, but I think it's 36. And there came a point where we were having 37. And I decided to tell the guys over at the BOD that I'll go ahead and go from a 4-car team to a 3-car team so you guys can fit all 36. So that will sometimes happen. And if that happens in the future, we will go ahead and let you know. And we will ask you if you want to either get an extra car. I think Velocity had that, or some team either in D1 or D2 had that, where we had to ask them if they wanted an extra car. I think it was Velocity. I think Velocity was the team that was asked if they wanted an extra car, because we needed an extra car, and I think Velocity was the only one that was willing to do it. So we will definitely fluctuate a little bit, even if, and we do try to keep it to your request. So like if you do want 3 cars, we will do everything that we can to go ahead and make sure you have 3 cars, but do not be surprised if we come up to you and ask you if you want to have a different amount of cars. When it comes to, this also does have a bit to do with whether we decide to have you or not. Usually it does not come to it, but if we're coming towards the final few slots in a division, sometimes we'll look at how many cars a team wants to have, and we could make our decision based on that alone. Now, when it comes to wanting a D1 team or D2 team, I want to go ahead and clarify. If you choose D1, you are not guaranteed a D1 team. However, that does not mean that you aren't guaranteed a team at all. Usually what we will do is that we will have certain teams that want to be a D1 team, but we don't have enough space for them, or we don't think the team owner is experienced enough to have a D1 team. We will go ahead and move them down to D2 so they can go ahead and get some team owning experience down there. I think LASCAR back in season 3 was one of those examples where I think they may have wanted to be a D2 team, but we wanted them to be a D1 team, but because Friel had never been a team owner in ASCA before then, we decided to have him as a D2 team. I know a few teams in D2 this season wanted to be a D1 team this season, but we chose not to. So if you choose D1, you could also be thrown down to D2. When it comes to D2, if you do not get, we will try to put as many drivers that do want to be team owners in D2 as possible, because we don't want to have D2 just be filled to the brim with drivers that want to be D1 team owners. However, we will be trying our best to make it as fair as possible for drivers that want to be team owners in D1 and people that want to be team owners in D2. When it comes to numbers, I'm going to make it clear right now, this does not matter. I can tell you right now, you can put whatever numbers you want on here. Because first off, previous team owners get priority on the numbers they used the season before. So you will already be asked to change your numbers before then. But also you will be asked to clarify your number to Chris when silly season comes around, and when you're actually making signings for your team. So you will always, look, if you want to, put your numbers here. But I can tell you right now that usually it has always been changed. So do not worry about it. Do not worry about your number being taken. I can assure you right now, it's not as important as it looks like. And with that, that is going to wrap up the team owner forum. Any other tips I'll be giving out once tryouts come around, but I just wanted to go ahead and take this opportunity to go ahead and show you guys a few things about just the tryout process, about the registration process, because there's a lot of things about stuff that happens behind the scenes, a lot of information that isn't given out to the public, and I just wanted to go ahead and give that out so everyone knows what they should be expecting and what they should know about making registrations, just so we don't have a lot of people getting mad when time comes we need to announce everything, just to get everyone up to speed on how this all works out. But with that, we have an interview with Logan we gotta go to, so let's go ahead and head down over to the ASCA Hub right now. But we are now here with Logan to hopefully have a very clean and appropriate interview. Starting off with Logan, how you doing today, man?
Good. How about yourself?
I was doing pretty good before Chris cheated on me. I was really ready for that today. Yeah, no, me and Chris, as everyone knows, me and Chris have been in a long relationship for the last few years. It's been one of the best experiences.
You didn't tell me
life,
this.
But shut the fuck up. I found out today that he was looking at other men. He was looking at other guys, and I guess my first question to you, cool plug, not cool plug, cool kid, is you guys have known each other for so long. I mean, I have to ask, do you know why he did this to me?
Well, first of all, I've only known Chris since I joined ASCA, but
Right.
I don't know. Chris can be a meanie. I guess that might be why.
You know, all the times he hurt me.
Too many.
Too many. When it comes to this season
God.
in ASCA, Logan, would you consider this season to be the most competitive season that you've been a part of?
That's a good question. I mean, I feel like some drivers have stepped up from previous seasons, like Addicted and Medford, and there will be others that have maybe stepped down, like probably myself. I mean, for my standards in past seasons, I'm having a bad year, man. Only got one win. Like, I suck.
Yeah, well, it has been a lot more competitive in my opinion anyway. There's just been a lot more guys that have a lot more experience in ASCA. I've been able to catch up. Also, a lot of veterans of our series have started to retire, including Chris. I basically say Bailey for the longest time. He doesn't show up to anything anymore. But and Recovered as well. Like, all these guys are retiring. New guys are coming in, and they're showing a lot of experience. Now, talking about your relationship with Chris again, not in a gay way. Or keep that away. What has kept you with Uprise for so long? Many drivers would attempt to start their own race teams, like Addery has done, like how what Uncovered did. But you've stayed with Uprise for so long. Why is that?
Really just the trust between us two. I mean, Chris trusts me to take his race cars and put them in victory lane, as the rest of us try and do. I don't know. I just like the team environment. I like the people that are my teammates, and it's just a nice environment.
All right, and
Boo.
what? Hey, he's being nice, and here you are booing him. Like, leave him alone, dog. Let him.
No, I'm booing Uprise.
Booing Uprise. All right.
Yeah, no one likes Uprise.
I like Uprise to an extent. You know what? I used to like Uprise before my boyfriend cheated on me. Goddamn. All right. And finally, what has been your favorite part of ASCA so far?
Really just the complexity of it, kind of. That might be weird, because, like, I've never really raced in a league that has, like, tire wear and, like, fuel and, like, other stuff like that. Mainly tire wear. Not many leagues do that.
Yeah.
At least used to.
Oh, you'd be surprised before.
Oh, here we go. Albury R-Scar mention. Here we go, guys.
No,
True.
not ours car. No, not ours car. Actually, it's a jack off. They actually had fuel tires, even though the tires kind of suck. But they also had it where you can blow your car up.
Hey, Treo.
Hey,
What's this?
What?
What is this series called?
jack off.
No.
I mean jackal.
No, it's called ASCA Hot Seat, not Jack Off. So, let's keep it. Let's keep it to
That one's
ASCA.
going on premium.
All right. No.
Yep.
No. All right, but you know what?
Yep. You need
Log.
premium for jack off.
Log.
seat.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, Trey. I'm trying to be professional here. That's what
Okay,
Chris told me to do.
be professional.
That's what Chris told me to do before he cheated on me,
Oh.
asshole. He told me to be professional. So god damn it, I'm gonna be professional. Logan, it's
Then be
been
professional.
Shut the fuck up then. All right, Logan.
Yes.
It's been really nice having you over here today. Thank you for your time. But overall here, gotta say, your career so far in ASCA has been pretty tremendous, and hopefully you'll be able to go ahead and have a good run at the championship this season. But we are out of time. Yeah, that's right. We are out of time, and that's all the questions I had for you. So, again, thank you for coming out, my good man. Stop having a fucking spaz attack, Treo. Thank you.
My bad.
All right.
You're welcome.
Any last words, Logan?
Fans enjoy the show.
Yeah.
Hopefully
You have an
you
OnlyFans?
I don't think that's what he
I mean,
said.
the ASCA fans.
I don't think that's
like
what he
the
said.
fans who
Actually,
aren't
good question, Logan.
racing.
Logan, OnlyFans, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, that's what you just
Yes,
said. Yeah,
of course.
yeah. All right, I'll put a link in
course.
the description for you guys. Go ahead and go to Logan's OnlyFans, $4.99 a month for some premium content of what do you post on there?
Your
Cars 2 porn.
My mom is made out of, I've
Yeah.
said this before, she's made out of cigarette ash. I can't imagine that that's really profitable for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, it is pretty profitable.
Really? I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought, honestly, I thought that people were getting away from cigarettes, but guess not. Why use them when you can just watch them?
True.
True. But anyway, as this is the third time I'm exiting this off, thank you for coming out here, Logan, and good night. Welcome, everybody, to not New Hampshire. I know it says behind us that it's New Hampshire, but we're actually at Darlington. Darlington does not have a booth, so we had to substitute by kind of just grabbing one really quickly, and that's why we are here at the Season 4 National Series.
He's
booth
lying.
from New
He's
Hampshire.
lying.
What?
He's lying.
What?
We're actually in New Hampshire because
We're
we
not
can't
in
afford
New
to transfer the booth.
Look, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. We can transfer whatever we want. We have the money. But we are here joined by two ASCA commentators, Treo and Citri. Say hello, guys.
What's up?
No.
Okay, Treo, be a fucking ass about it then. Alright, wow. But we are here today to talk about probably one of the both most exciting and both most terrifying tracks that we go to on the ASCA schedule, Darlington, as we are going towards the regular season finale before we start off the playoffs. I'm going to start off with you, Citra. You have no experience when it comes to Darlington. This isn't like, I know this is going to sound like an interview, but don't get your hopes up, okay? How you feeling about this racetrack, dude?
I'm just trying to survive, I guess. You know, I never raced here, and the little bit of practice I did get here, I didn't feel good at all. So I think I'm gonna just try to survive and get points, honestly.
Yeah, and Treo, when it comes to you, you've watched many races here at ASCA. How many at Darlington?
None.
None. Okay, well, I'm happy to come over and tell you guys all about Darlington. It is one of my least favorite races to race at, to watch, and it's all because there's just not enough space. There is just not enough space at this place. It is so easy to hit that wall, and then you'll be wall riding throughout the entire corner, and then someone behind you who's trying to hit the apex is going to run into you and pile drive you. It is awful. It is just
Is this a high
carnage.
side track?
Huh?
Is this a high side track in ASCA?
I don't think so.
I mean, I guess it's like it's either you run the high side or hit the apron. So, yeah, it's really hard. You can fit two cars side by side, but barely. It's really hard. This is definitely one of the hardest tracks to pass at. One of the most wreck-filled racetracks. I think that's really what makes it such a great season finale. Is it really just tests a driver's ability to avoid carnage and stay consistent. As for
This don't help me out.
I mean, Treo, I don't mean to be mean to you, my friend. I really don't mean to be mean to you, but I have a feeling that your ASCA playoff run might be over.
Yeah, I don't care.
Well, let's
It
go
doesn't
ahead.
bother me.
Let's go ahead and get the easy predictions out of the way. Citri, I'm going to start with you in D2. When we
Yeah.
talk about a track that's very difficult to pass on, very wreck-filled, who do you think, just out of the drivers that you race with, is a favorite to win this race?
Out of the three, I would say either Marcus,
Sadly.
Doge, or probably V-Draft.
I was going to say V-Draft. V-Draft won at New Hampshire. Not
Yeah.
to say that New Hampshire isn't hard to pass at per se, but it's really hard to pass without somebody hitting the wall or more contact to be made. And on that final restart in New Hampshire a couple of weeks ago, firsthand, Citri, chaos.
yeah, that was fun.
And Treo, when it comes to D1, you are a lot more familiar, I think, with the D1 field than Citri is. So I want to ask you, who do you think is the favorite to win at a racetrack like this?
Well, this whole season's been... There hasn't really been a dominant driver. That's a hard question. I don't know. I'm going to toss it up in the air, and I'm going to go with... I don't know. I'm going to go with... I don't know.
Here, I'll go
AJ.
ahead. AJ?
Yeah.
AJ
AJ's good at those high side tracks. remember Homestead. Vegas was a little bit. You can run them both, but I predict AJ's going to win this race.
You know what? I'm going to put a ballsy prediction out there. All right, I'm going to put this has no statistical value, no statistical anything. I just
You're going to throw out Aiden.
No, I would never do that. Why would you ever say that about me, you awful human being? I would never say anything like that.
About a talisman car.
I was going to say, I think Yeety's going to win it. And I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. There is another track out there that is a fucking bitch to pass at without getting wrecked. You want to know what that track is?
Pocono.
Charlotte.
Oh.
Charlotte, very much so, is a bitch track to race at because there's not a lot of room. It's very easy to hit the apron, and if you're racing side by side, there's probably going to be a little bit of contact. Do we race at Charlotte anymore?
We didn't race this season.
Yeah, well, there's a reason for it. It's because it's a bitch to race at. And guess who won the D2 race there back in Season 3? Yeety, for his only ASCA victory so far. And I think that he's going to make another win at Charlotte in a couple weeks' time at Charlotte.
Another...
Wait, what?
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 You said Charlotte at Charlotte.
I said, look, my vocabulary, I have talked to so many people today. I have talked about some things that aren't even ASCA related today.
Yeah, he started talking about...
No, shut up! We don't say his name here. If you say his name, Chris will ban me from ASCA. Okay? He already broke up with me. That already hurt me enough. Okay? Okay. Citri, you'll understand when the video goes live. A lot happened today. A lot happened. I do want to talk about the playoff cut line really quick because, Treo, I kind of lied to you about something. You are only 10 points below the playoff cut line because AJ didn't qualify for Michigan.
Yep.
And I'm just saying, I know you're pretty confident when it comes to AJ, but he has not been a great qualifier this season. And there are 3 guys right now on the playoff cut line D1. OJC 17 above the cut line. NASCAR for AJ 10 above the cut line. And then U10 below the cut line. Now, I do want to mention that statistically, from a mathematical point of view, Aiden, Blackstone, Jubilant Janitor are still in the running. The only problem is
Janitor dropped the D2.
Forgot about that. Never mind. Alright, it's just Aiden and Blackstone. Forgot about that. Aiden, 35 points behind. Blackstone, 38 points behind. They both need perfect races, essentially, to be able to make it into the playoffs. However, they have not had that kind of speed all season long. So really, when it comes down to you, Treo, you are 10 points below AJ. Do you think you could knock him out, possibly?
Knock out AJ?
Yeah. If you make this race, are you planning on showing up?
Okay, 2 factors. One, if I do plan on showing up.
Okay.
1, qualifying is not my best thing. 2, if AJ is racing and he qualifies in, that's a deal done. He's going to be up front. I'm going to be a lap down. Because, fun fact, every race I've raced in ASCA so far this season, I've always been a lap down. So, realistically, I don't think I'm going to make it. But I'm going to try to. And I've already said that. I said it in the hot seat before. My goal is just to get a win. If that is this season or next season, I don't care for playoffs. I am here to race with friends and have fun. But I still want to kind of make playoffs. So we'll see. It's going to be a fun race for me. And I guarantee you, I ain't making it.
All right. And Citri, I got to ask you. Do you have any confidence? Do you have any confidence in Treo at all? Any confidence?
No.
Yeah, see, this isn't like jack off, dude. This league I'm actually like booty cheeks in.
Alright, well, I will say one thing, Treo. I want you to do well. I truly do.
Well, because you're my team owner, of course you would.
Yes, of course. I want you to do well because you're my team owner, right? And I want you to be able to make the playoffs in your first full-time season in competition. But I'm just telling you, you're going to need AJ. You're going to need AJ or even OJC. You're going to need AJ or OJC, preferably AJ, to fuck up and qualify. Because here's the thing. I'll tell you one thing. Darlington is probably OJC's worst track. Just from I've raced with him every season we came to Darlington. He is probably one of the worst drivers I have ever seen when it comes to this racetrack. All right, and I'm not saying that because I think OJC sucks. Not anymore. He used to suck like fucking balls, like big fucking balls. Like we're talking like monster cocks. Like you know what I'm talking about? Like those YouTube videos, monster cocks. Fucking look. Not anymore.
YouTube.
Right? He's pretty good now. I'll admit. But Darlington's still probably one of his worst tracks. And I'm going to be saying that right now, and then he's going to win the race in a couple weeks. So
YouTube,
yeah.
Yeah, wait, what?
Yeah, what?
I think you got that mixed. I think you got that mixed up with X videos, my friend.
What are you talking about?
Chatterbait.
What's that? What the fuck is that? What?
Oh,
What are you talking about?
cut that out.
YouTube. No, I'm not cutting it out. I want everyone to know that you're a little freak. That you wanted.
Oh, so you know what? So you know what it is.
What? I don't know what it is. What?
Yep. No.
What?
Nope,
I don't know
yep,
anything.
Yep.
What? Oh
Yep,
my
I can
God.
hear it in your voice. You
Dude,
know
what the
it.
fuck are you talking about? You actual little homo. You little gay. I actually fucking hate you. Alright. You know what?
They ain't call me little trick
Alright,
for no reason. That's my name, Lil Gay.
alright. Hold up. Okay, we're good on time right now. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here with the National Series playoff points. Now, Citri, you're already locked in. You're good. Alright,
Yeah.
you're fine.
Yeah.
But this is so much more interesting compared to D1. With 3 guys right now battling for a playoff spot in D1, mathematically, only the top 5 are locked into the playoffs right now entering this final race. Now reasonably, Lexus is 34 points above the cutoff, Cool Plug's 29. I think that we can say with good confidence that those 2 are good on points. It's when we talk
I think
about
Blue Cup as well. Honestly.
Blue Cup is 15, and I don't think that's safe.
Oh wait, is he not 25?
It says 15.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, but when it comes to mathematicals, the top 18 are right now still in playoff contention. So, in total, now of course we have to exclude a few people, I think. I think Speedy doesn't make it in, he's 30 points back. As good as Snub is, I think that he isn't making it in, he's 28 points back. Maybe Dale turned right if he pulls a bullshit strategy out of his ass again and makes it work, I don't know. So we're going to go ahead and put him in. But, looking through the guys that I think really are the guys to watch out for, and that can reasonably make it or get knocked out of the playoffs, going down for Mr. Daytona in 8th place. We got Somebody in 9th, Doge the Dev in 10th, Clone Ninja 11th, Dark Sui and Rez right now 12th and 13th on that final transfer spot, tied on points with 103. Then the guys that are right now out looking in, DSA, Daniel Noah Fernandez, and Dale turned right. So many guys we've seen up front this season, and a lot of them with wins. I mean, Rez has a win, DSA has a win, and they're out right now. I gotta ask you, Citri, just going through the points right now, do you have anyone that I've mentioned that you don't think will make it in?
Clone Ninja, I'm a little bit worried about. I know he can qualify really well, but some races he doesn't really have the best race pace.
Yeah.
So I'm really wondering if he just falls out, because I know Rez is fast.
Yeah,
DSA, I don't have a lot of familiarity with him, but I'm pretty sure he's fast. Dark Sui, he's always fast, it seems like. So Clone Ninja could easily fall out here. And I'd also like to see Land again, because I'm the only Chevy currently locked in.
Yeah.
It's kind of pain.
Yeah, when it comes to... I agree with you with almost everything. Clone Ninja is a fantastic qualifier. And here's my thing with him. I think if Clone Ninja races the Penguins of Madagascar car, he's a lock. That car has some fucking aerodynamic bullshit going on in that car. And I think that if he runs it, he'll be fine. But if not, I don't know. I mean, he's a great qualifier, and I think that's already a great thing for him, because he'll be able to lock himself into this race. But when it comes to actual race pace, especially at Darlington, I mean, Darlington, you need to have great race pace at Darlington, or else you're going to get run into the back of him and get dumped. Another guy I want to put out there that I don't really think... that's in a bit of a trouble spot right now, in my opinion, is Somebody. Somebody right now 9th in points. He's able... same thing with Clone Ninja. Not as good at qualifying, but still consistently qualifies well. But he just does not have great race pace. I mean, during Michigan, he was outside the top 10 all race long, up until the end of the race when he suddenly pulled a strategy out of his ass where he tried to make it to the end without stopping, and he ended up running out of fuel anyway. So
I think it was like the first car lap down as well, or something like that.
yeah, Somebody really struggled at Michigan, and Michigan is a track where there's a lot of space. You can really run anywhere and be fast. So that really worries me here at Darlington, which is a one-groove racetrack. But just going through the other guys, I don't think Dale Turnwright makes it in. I think that he's great. I had him as a driver in Beard Oil last season. He actually ran pretty competitively in the races he did show up to, but this season he's just not been that consistent. I want to see him do well here today, I think. Or not today. What the fuck's wrong with me?
Like 2 weeks.
Yeah, in 2 weeks' time. My bad. And Daniel Noah Fernandez, he did really well at Michigan. No, fuck! Not at Michigan, New Hampshire. God, I'm getting all these fucking tracks messed up in my head. Daniel Noah Fernandez did well at New Hampshire. He did well. Almost won the race. And I think that if he can replicate that same speed here today, or no, fuck! At fucking Darlington, he will be okay. But it's really hard to predict this stuff, man. I mean, it's so hard. You know, all these guys have been up front at some point during their season. That's what's going to make this so exciting to watch. And there's guys that we already even talked about that mathematically are still in this. I mean, Snob is fucking fast, and what if he wins Darlington? I mean, he could easily earn about 40 points from Darlington and make it in. He's 17th right now. So it's crazy to watch. Because it's crazy to watch too, because like some of these guys may not even qualify for the race. So it's just going to be insane to watch. Got anything to add here, Treo? I know you're not too familiar with the D2 field, but you got anything to add here?
As long as someone knocks out Marcus the first round, I will pay them 5,000 Robux.
That has fucking nothing to do with what I just asked.
Nope,
dude,
nope.
But...
If someone knocks out Marcus in the first round, I will pay them 5,000 Robux.
All right, you heard it here, folks. New bounty just came up. If you knock out Marcus, yes, you don't have to be in the playoffs. You could be literally just some guy fucking around on Friday nights. Go ahead and wreck, like Janner, wreck him, please.
Janitor's not going to wreck him. That's
Yes,
his own teammate.
I mean, I don't think Janitor really gives
sure.
a shit. I think that he'll honestly do whatever he thinks will be funny. If
No,
Michigan,
he's only-
dude,
he's
he literally
only
he literally
win.
stopped on the. He stopped right before the finish line at Michigan just to fuck with Chris Paul. I don't think he gives a shit.
To be fair, that was a smart strategy if he was low on fuel.
Yeah, no,
And didn't have to go
I
around
don't think the
one more
man.
time.
I don't think the man gives a shit. But I think that that's going to wrap it up. I think that Darlington is going to be absolutely chaotic here. Final thoughts here, guys?
TKM best team.
Yeah, you've been saying that literally every time I've had you in here, dude.
Damn.
All right, well,
TKM
thank you.
best team.
Chevy, I'm the best Chevy, easy.
I mean, yeah,
TKM best
that's
team.
a pretty good statement to make. But
There's
thank you,
like no Chevys anyway.
Yeah, but thank you, Citri, for coming out here today, and hopefully you don't get
Yeah.
fucked again. Because it'd be
I
really
think I will.
unfortunate. Yeah, hopefully you don't. That'd be really unfortunate if you got fucked. I don't want you to get fucked. I think that'd be really painful.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you, Gavin.
Treo, do you want him to get fucked?
Depends in which way.
Okay, so that's where we're gonna end it. Treo is no longer allowed to speak, and we'll see you guys at Darlington in like 2 weeks. It's crazy, yeah. Good night.
Ooh.
That's the end. Everyone make a bunch of noise. Like that's how we're gonna end this. Come on, everyone. Woo!
Right.
Yeah, Treo, make a noise. I allow you to speak. Make a noise. Make a really good noise. Woo! Treo!
The top
Asshole!
G.
You ruined it. We're ending the recording. You ruined it.
On inflation.